War rages on, a desperate bid for survival. Humanity teeters on the brink of collapse. The ancient enemy consumes stars, leaving destruction in its wake. Planets reduced to smoldering husks, devoid of life. The once blue skies now a toxic haze. Humans scramble to find a way to strike back. Project Nova is born, a last-ditch effort to survive. Nuclear and kinetic weapons, a desperate gamble. The enemy is relentless, a force of nature. It will not stop until all is consumed. The fate of humanity hangs in the balance. Every moment counts, every decision crucial. The weight of responsibility crushes those in command. Sleepless nights, haunted by the consequences of failure. The enemy's power grows, an unstoppable force. Stars die, one by one, plunging systems into darkness. The very fabric of spacetime begins to unravel. Project Nova is the only hope, a final stand. The brave men and women who fight are the last line of defense. Their sacrifice will not be in vain, it cannot be. The alternative is extinction, a bleak and barren existence. The ancient enemy will not be swayed, it will not be deterred. It is a monster, a devourer of worlds. Humanity must become just as ruthless to survive. The rules of war are rewritten, the gloves come off. Victory is the only option, no quarter asked or given. The battle-scarred warriors of Project Nova fight on. Their hearts heavy with the knowledge of what is at stake. The fate of their families, their friends, their very way of life. Every battle is fierce, every victory hard-won. The enemy is everywhere, a constant and unrelenting presence. It wears them down, grinding them into dust. Still they fight, still they resist. For every step forward, the enemy pushes them back. The war is a never-ending nightmare, a descent into madness. The survivors are forever changed, haunted by their experiences. Their eyes sunken, their souls crushed. Yet still they hold on, still they hope. For a future, for a chance to rebuild and start anew. The fire of resistance burns, a beacon in the darkness. It guides them, it drives them, it gives them the strength to carry on. In a universe gone mad, they are the last bastion of sanity. Their struggle is a testament to the human spirit, unbroken and unbowed. The ancient enemy may consume stars, but it will never consume their will to survive. The war will rage on, a desperate and brutal fight for existence. Darkness closes in as the ancient enemy consumes another star. Hope dwindles, humanity teeters on the brink. Desperation sets in, a last-ditch effort to survive. The fate of the universe hangs in the balance. A glimmer of light in the void, Project Nova is born. A nuclear and kinetic arsenal, humanity's last stand. The enemy's power is unrelenting, a force of nature. Stars are extinguished, planets reduced to rubble. The cosmos is a graveyard, a testament to the enemy's might. Humanity's strongest warriors prepare for battle. Their armor scarred, their hearts heavy with grief. The weight of the world rests on their shoulders. They are the thin line between existence and extinction. The ancient enemy's presence is a cancer, spreading darkness. It corrupts the fabric of space, warping reality. The rules of physics no longer apply. Chaos reigns, the laws of nature are broken. Project Nova is the only way to restore balance. A massive undertaking, a gamble with the universe's fate. The stakes are high, the cost of failure too great to bear. The enemy's influence seeps into the minds of humans. Madness and terror grip the populace. Leaders struggle to maintain order, to keep the masses from panic. The brave and the damned prepare to face the void. Their ships, a motley crew of scavenged parts and makeshift repairs. Ammunition is scarce, every shot counts. The ancient enemy's power grows, an unstoppable force. It will not rest until all is consumed. The last remnants of humanity cling to life. Their will to survive, a beacon in the darkness. Project Nova is their only chance, a final, desperate bid. For freedom, for existence, for the future. The universe holds its breath, the outcome uncertain. The brave warriors of humanity charge into the fray. Their guns blazing, their hearts ablaze with determination. The ancient enemy awaits, its darkness palpable. The battle rages on, a maelstrom of fire and steel. The fate of humanity hangs in the balance, precarious. One wrong move, and all is lost. The warriors fight on, their spirit unbroken. Through the void, a glimmer of hope appears. A chance for victory, for survival, for the future. The enemy falters, its power waning. Humanity seizes the opportunity, strikes back with all its might. The tide of the battle turns, the war is far from over. Darkness spreads across the galaxy as the ancient enemy consumes stars. The last remnants of humanity cling to life in a desperate bid for survival. Planets are scorched, civilizations reduced to ash. The once blue skies are now a toxic haze. Hope is a distant memory, a fleeting thought. The enemy's power grows, an unstoppable force. Humanity teeters on the brink of collapse. The ancient enemy's hunger is insatiable, a void that cannot be filled. Stars are extinguished, one by one, like candles in the wind. The fabric of spacetime is torn apart. The rules of physics no longer apply. Humanity's greatest minds are powerless against the enemy's might. The people are desperate, willing to try anything. Project Nova is born, a last-ditch effort to survive. Nuclear and kinetic weapons are unleashed in a frenzy of destruction. The enemy is relentless, absorbing the blows. The war rages on, a never-ending cycle of violence. Humanity's fate hangs in the balance. The outcome is far from certain. The enemy's grip is tightening, a vice that cannot be escaped. The people are exhausted, drained of all energy. Morale is at an all-time low, a spark waiting to be extinguished. The will to fight is all that remains. Project Nova is the only hope, a glimmer of light in the darkness. The stakes are high, the risk of failure catastrophic. The enemy will not stop until all life is eradicated. Humanity's existence is a mere inconvenience to be eliminated. The ancient enemy is a force of nature, unstoppable and unrelenting. The war is a losing battle, a desperate struggle to survive. The people are trapped, caught in a cycle of violence. There is no escape, no respite from the enemy's wrath. The only option is to fight, to resist the enemy's advance. Project Nova is the key, the only way to survive. The people are willing to sacrifice everything, to give their lives for the cause. The enemy will not be defeated easily, it will take everything humanity has. The war will be won or lost, there is no middle ground. The people are ready, prepared to face whatever comes next. The fate of humanity hangs in the balance, a precarious thread. The enemy is closing in, the end is near. The people will not go quietly, they will fight to the end. The war will rage on, a never-ending cycle of violence. The outcome is far from certain, the future unknown. The people will survive, or they will die trying. The ancient enemy will not be defeated without a fight. The war will be brutal, a desperate struggle to survive. Darkness engulfed the galaxy, as if the void itself was suffocating humanity. The last remnants of our fleet hovered on the brink of collapse. Desperation fueled our every move, our every decision. We scavenged for parts, for ammo, for anything to keep us alive. The enemy seemed endless, a relentless tide of steel and fire. But we refused to give up, to yield to the abyss. In the depths of space, a glimmer of hope emerged. A faint signal, a whisper of a weakness in the enemy's armor. Our cryptanalysts worked tirelessly to decipher the code. The breakthrough came, a eureka moment that changed everything. We discovered their weakness, a resonance frequency that could shatter their defenses. The plan was set in motion, a massive counterstrike into the heart of the void. Our ships assembled, a ragtag fleet of veterans and rookies. The mission was simple: survive, and strike back with every ounce of strength. The void trembled as we launched our assault. Laser blasts and missiles ripped through the darkness. The enemy lines wavered, their ships faltering. Our pilots flew with reckless abandon, their skills honed to perfection. The battle raged on, a maelstrom of chaos and destruction. The enemy's weakness was exploited, their ships crumbling under the onslaught. But at what cost, we wondered, as our own ships fell to the void. The cries of the fallen echoed through our comms, a haunting reminder of our sacrifice. Still we pushed on, driven by a fierce determination. The turning point had been reached, the tide of war finally shifting in our favor. The enemy's stronghold loomed before us, a fortress of twisted metal and dark energy. Our fleet poured all its might into the assault, a frenzied barrage of firepower. The stronghold shuddered, its defenses breached. A blast of energy ripped through the void, a catastrophic explosion that shook the galaxy. The enemy's grip on humanity began to slip, their control wavering. Our ships regrouped, a triumphant cheer echoing through the comms. But the cost was high, our numbers dwindled, our fleet in tatters. The survivors mourned their fallen comrades, their hearts heavy with grief. Yet even in sorrow, a spark of hope flickered to life. Humanity had found a way to strike back, to reclaim its place in the galaxy. The void still loomed, a vast and unforgiving expanse. But we had learned to navigate its dangers, to harness its power. The war was far from over, but we had finally gained the upper hand. Our resolve hardened, our will to survive and thrive. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear: humanity would endure. The counterstrike had changed the course of history, a turning point in the war. The enemy would regroup, would counterattack, but we were ready. Our guns were loaded, our hearts ablaze with determination. The battle for the galaxy would rage on, but we would not be silenced. The darkness would not consume us, for we had found our strength. In the face of overwhelming odds, humanity had struck back, and survived. Darkness engulfed the galaxy, a suffocating shroud of desperation. The enemy's grip tightened, crushing hope. Humanity teetered on the brink of collapse. A glimmer of resistance flickered, refusing to die. In the depths of space, a lone outpost discovered the enemy's weakness. A faint signal, a whispered secret, a chance to strike back. The news spread like wildfire, igniting a fierce determination. Warships assembled, a formidable armada. Soldiers steeled themselves for the ultimate battle. The void beckoned, a vast and unforgiving expanse. The counterstrike began, a massive thrust into the unknown. Lasers blazed, cannons roared, the enemy recoiled. For the first time, the tide of war shifted. Humanity seized the initiative, a newfound sense of purpose. The enemy stumbled, its defenses breached. A chink in the armor, a chance to exploit. The armada surged forward, relentless and merciless. Planets fell, one by one, as the enemy's grip loosened. The war cry echoed, a primal scream of defiance. Soldiers fought, bled, and died, their sacrifice not in vain. The enemy's stronghold loomed, a fortress of darkness. The final assault commenced, a maelstrom of chaos. The stronghold shattered, its defenses crumbling. The enemy's core lay exposed, vulnerable to attack. The killing blow was struck, a devastating blast. The enemy's grip on the galaxy faltered. Humanity emerged, scarred and battered, but unbroken. The cost was staggering, the toll on humanity immense. Cities lay in ruins, populations decimated. The survivors mourned, their losses irreparable. Yet, in the ashes, a glimmer of hope. A new beginning, a chance to rebuild. The war was far from over, but the turning point was reached. The enemy's weakness was its downfall. Humanity's resilience was its greatest strength. The void still held many dangers, but the future was no longer certain. The enemy's remnants regrouped, a new threat emerging. Humanity stood vigilant, ready to face the next challenge. The battle for survival continued, a never-ending struggle. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, precarious and uncertain. The war would rage on, a testament to humanity's unyielding spirit. In the darkness, a light flickered, a beacon of hope. The human spirit, unbroken and unshaken, would endure. The fight for existence would never truly end, but for now, humanity had won a crucial victory. The galaxy was forever changed, a new era dawned. Celebrate we must, the war is won, or so we thought. The streets are filled with cheering crowds, a sense of relief washes over. But amidst the jubilation, a sense of unease settles in. The horizon darkens, a massive fleet appears. Black pyramid ships, their presence is ominous. They don't respond to hails, no communication, just silence. The crowd's cheer fades, replaced by fear and dread. Our military scrambles, ready to defend. But as we fire, our weapons falter, ineffective. The pyramids absorb our blows, unscathed and unrelenting. They return fire, devastating our cities. The once blue skies are now filled with smoke and ash. Panic sets in, people run for their lives. The pyramids move, relentless, destroying everything. Our strongest defenses crumble, no match for their power. The world watches in horror, powerless to stop. The destruction is catastrophic, apocalyptic. Our greatest heroes fall, one by one. The pyramids show no mercy, no quarter. They are the bringers of darkness, the harbingers of doom. Our armies are no match, outgunned and outmaneuvered. The people are on their own, forced to flee. The Black Pyramids are the masters of war, unstoppable. Our last strongholds fall, one by one. The world is plunged into darkness, hope is lost. The age of humanity is at an end. The era of the pyramids has begun. The silence is deafening, the stillness, unsettling. The pyramids stand, monoliths of destruction. Our ruins smolder, a testament to their power. The few remaining survivors cower, afraid. The pyramids loom, a constant reminder of our defeat. Our future is bleak, our present, desperate. The war is lost, our world, destroyed. The Black Pyramids reign, supreme. Our resistance is broken, our will, shattered. The darkness closes in, the end is near. The last remnants of humanity cling to life. The pyramids wait, patiently, for the final blow. The end of humanity is at hand, inevitable. The Black Pyramids will not be defeated. Our time is running out, our fate, sealed. The darkness will consume us all, completely. The Black Pyramids are our doom, our destruction. The last light of humanity fades to black. Darkness engulfs the galaxy, a suffocating shroud of despair. The enemy's grip is tightening, crushing all in its path. Humanity teeters on the brink, a fragile flame flickering in the void. But still we fight, driven by a fierce determination to survive. The war rages on, a maelstrom of blood and steel. Our troops are battered, bruised, and broken. Yet still they push forward, fueled by rage and desperation. The enemy seems invincible, a behemoth of unyielding fury. But we refuse to yield, to surrender to the abyss. A glimmer of hope emerges, a whispered rumor of a weakness. Our scientists scramble to verify, to exploit this potential flaw. The clock ticks down, time running out for our species. The fate of humanity hangs in the balance, a delicate scale. We find it, the enemy's Achilles heel, a hidden vulnerability. A surge of adrenaline courses through our veins, a battle cry echoing across the void. The counterstrike is launched, a massive fleet bursting into the fray. Lasers blaze, cannons roar, and missiles scream through the darkness. The enemy is caught off guard, its defenses breached. Our troops pour in, a tidal wave of steel and fury. The battle rages, a chaotic melee of blood and fire. The outcome hangs in the balance, the fate of humanity uncertain. But we push forward, driven by a fierce will to survive. The enemy falters, its grip on the galaxy beginning to slip. Our forces surge forward, a relentless tide of vengeance. The war is far from won, but the turning point is reached. The void itself seems to tremble, the fabric of space-time torn asunder. The enemy's stronghold is breached, its core exposed and vulnerable. Our troops pour in, a merciless onslaught of steel and fire. The final battle is joined, a climactic clash of titans. The outcome is far from certain, the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. But we fight on, driven by a fierce determination to survive. The cost is high, our loss is catastrophic. But still we push forward, fueled by rage and desperation. The enemy is faltering, its grip on the galaxy weakening. Our forces surge forward, a relentless tide of vengeance. The war is won, but at a terrible cost. The galaxy is scarred, the void itself forever changed. Humanity survives, but at a great and terrible price. The future is uncertain, the road ahead fraught with peril. But we emerge, blinking, into the bright light of a new dawn. The void itself seems to whisper a haunting question. What next, humanity, what next? The answer is uncertain, the future a dark and foreboding sea. But we stand tall, our hearts unbroken, our will to survive unshaken. The war may be won, but the struggle has just begun. Darkness falls on the victorious city, celebrations erupting in the streets. Fires burn, music blares, and soldiers dance with civilians. The war-weary populace rejoices, their faces etched with relief. But amidst the chaos, a sense of unease settles in the pit of every stomach. The sky grows dark, as if night itself is descending. A low hum vibrates through the air, like the ominous growl of a beast. People look up, their eyes widening in terror. Massive black pyramid ships materialize, casting long shadows over the city. The celebrations freeze, music dying on the lips of the revelers. Soldiers scramble to respond, grabbing their gear and rushing to defensive positions. But it's too late, the ships are already upon them. They don't speak, they just destroy, their intentions clear. Laser beams slice through buildings, reducing them to rubble. The once victorious army is now in full retreat. Panic sets in, civilians running wildly through the streets. The Black Pyramids seem to be absorbing the city's defenses. Our weapons don't work, our missiles bouncing off their hulls like toys. The ships are relentless, destroying everything in their path. Buildings crumble, their foundations shattered. The city's main square is now a smoldering crater. Flames engulf the streets, burning everything to ash. The soldiers are in disarray, their commands lost in the chaos. The Black Pyramids are a merciless force, showing no quarter. They don't discriminate, destroying military and civilian targets alike. The city's infrastructure is collapsing, its people fleeing in terror. The army's defenses are breached, their strongholds overrun. The Black Pyramids are the epitome of destruction, leaving nothing but ruin in their wake. The city's fate is sealed, its people doomed to suffer. The celebrations are but a distant memory, replaced by the stench of death. The war-weary populace is now a fleeing horde, desperate to escape. The Black Pyramids are the bringers of darkness, their power unmatched. The city's lights are extinguished, plunged into an eternal night. The survivors are left to pick up the pieces, their lives forever changed. The Black Pyramids remain, a constant reminder of the devastation. The city's ruins smolder, a grave testament to the destruction. The people are left to mourn, their loss is immeasurable. The Black Pyramids are a harbinger of doom, their arrival a death sentence. The city's destruction is a warning, a sign of the horrors to come. The survivors are left to wonder, their future uncertain. The Black Pyramids are a mystery, their origins unknown. The city's fall is a tragedy, its people left to suffer. The darkness closes in, the Black Pyramids waiting patiently. The city's legacy is one of destruction, its people forever scarred. The Black Pyramids are the new reality, their power unchallenged. The city's story is one of devastation, its people left to pick up the pieces. Darkness falls on the celebration of our hard-won victory. The streets are filled with cheering crowds. Music blasts through the air. Suddenly, a sense of unease settles over the city. A massive Black Pyramid ship appears on the horizon. Its presence is ominous and foreboding. The crowd's cheers falter and die. People point and scream. The ship's hull is covered in strange, pulsing symbols. It's massive, towering over the city. The air is filled with an eerie, pulsating energy. Our military scrambles to respond. Fighters take to the sky. But the pyramid ship doesn't flinch. It just keeps coming. Our missiles streak towards it. But they detonate harmlessly against its hull. The ship's surface doesn't even scratch. Our guns fall silent, useless. The pyramid ship opens fire. A blast of energy slashes through the city. Buildings crumble and burn. People run for their lives. Panic sets in. Our soldiers try to regroup. But the pyramid ship is relentless. It destroys everything in its path. Our strongest weapons are no match for it. The city is in ruins. The streets are filled with the dying and the dead. The pyramid ship is a monster. It doesn't speak, it just destroys. We're powerless to stop it. Our celebration has turned to despair. The pyramid ship is the harbinger of our doom. We're facing an enemy unlike any we've ever known. Our survival is far from certain. The city burns, a funeral pyre. Our hopes and dreams are reduced to ashes. The pyramid ship looms, a constant reminder of our helplessness. The darkness closes in, a suffocating shroud. Our future is uncertain, our present is desperate. The pyramid ship is the ultimate enemy. We're forced to flee, to abandon our homes. The city is lost, overrun by the enemy. Darkness closes in as the ancient enemy devours another star. The last remnants of humanity cling to existence. Desperation fuels our final stand. We've lost countless worlds, countless lives. The weight of our defeat hangs heavy. Our strongest warriors fall like embers. The enemy's power grows, an endless abyss. We're forced to confront the abyss, to stare into the void. Our hope flickers, a dying flame. Project Nova is our last resort. A gamble with nuclear and kinetic fury. The fate of humanity hangs in the balance. Our scientists toil, driven by desperation. They strive to perfect the Nova devices. The clock ticks down, our time running out. The ancient enemy draws near, an unstoppable force. Its hunger for stars will soon consume us all. We must act, or face extinction. The Nova devices are our only chance. A blast of energy, a burst of destruction. Our warriors prepare for the ultimate sacrifice. They know the risks, the terrible costs. The enemy will not be easily swayed. Its power is a crushing weight. We're but a fleeting moment, a brief spark. The Nova devices are armed, ready to unleash hell. The ancient enemy looms, a monstrous presence. Our warriors steel themselves, ready to face the void. The air is thick with tension, heavy with fear. The fate of humanity teeters on the brink. One wrong move, and all is lost. The Nova devices roar to life, a cacophony of destruction. Energy and kinetic force unleash a maelstrom. The ancient enemy stumbles, a brief moment of weakness. Our warriors seize the chance, a desperate bid for survival. The battle rages, a frenzy of steel and fire. The outcome hangs in the balance, a delicate dance. The Nova devices burn bright, a fierce and savage light. The ancient enemy howls, a deafening scream. Our warriors fight on, driven by desperation. The darkness closes in, a suffocating shroud. The end is near, a terrible and bleak fate. The last remnants of humanity cling to life. The Nova devices burn out, a final spark of defiance. The ancient enemy regroups, its power unabated.